It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and our focus is on this team's sure-handed tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. Buckle up. There's football coming your way just ahead on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I'm not sure exactly how they would phrase it in their own locker room, but that's a yardage grab right there. To be able to get that amount of yardage on the first play of the game and a change field position to the positive side, you got to love the way they're getting started.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. But you look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And his numbers this year have been eye-popping in a lot of categories. In one area that stands out, he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback here in the latter part of the season. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a 2nd and 10. The slot man in motion right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That one complete to Elliott. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. It's caught by Jackson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, Definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 85 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. In motion goes the tight end. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, it's complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They go play action here on first down. It's Jackson again on the reception. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 14 yards and a first down.
In motion right, one of the tight ends. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12. They'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right. And
even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Second and 3. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They'll set up to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Back to throw here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll look to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. And on now is the punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
He's still on his feet and finally brought down at the 43. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the 1st down before taking the hit.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And some strong running. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Back to throw. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And the slot man goes in motion left. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, we lasted all the way to the 4th quarter without a touchdown being on the board, but here a key one to extend the lead.
Definitely, and I really doubt, though, that that's going to open the floodgates. What do you think, partner?
No, not the way that we've seen these defenses play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They've been rock solid, but we had to know that sooner or later, someone had to surrender a touchdown, and it happened right there.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a two-point try. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 12, 2:18 on the clock. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here on first down. Jackson with a catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second and 4. It's Jackson again on the reception. And he's brought down. A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Past the 20. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So this drive spans 7 plays. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the home team here, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.